Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a tarot oracle reading for the last 10 days of July. And you, Aries, are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not Aries, we could all have a little bit of Aries in our chart somewhere. If you do have your birth chart, which house is Aries in? That could give you further clarity as to where this information is most prominent for you. Also, this is a timely reading. If you are watching it at this time, it is the perfect time for you. Having said that, if it has been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then? That could give you more information about what's going on now. Okay, so we do have the underlying energy for the reading is the Eight of Pentacles. So the Eight of Pentacles is talking about putting being very focused on making money at this time. The Pentacles represent health, wealth, and happiness in the 3D world. And, a big part of that, of course, is money. But we could have all the money in the world and still not be living the lifestyle we want. The Pentacle energy represents the element of earth and earthly matters, physical matter on the earth. So this is talking about money, of course, but you could have all the money in the world and still not be living the lifestyle that you want. So this is really about lifestyle. Having said that, this particular card is about being very focused on making money. This is the only card in the tarot where the person is actually pounding out a coin. So literally making money here. And this could say, I feel that in this reading, it's talking about having completed 6 of the Pentacles. You're working on the 7th and you only have 1 more to go, the 8th one, and this project will be complete. We have the King of Wands, the King of Wands energy. He's one of 4 kings from the Minor Arcana, and he represents the element of fire. This is represented by the wand, which is made of wood, and it's talking about taking passionate action. And the King of Wands is considered to be the sexiest of all the kings in the tarot. And, he's the kind of guy you wouldn't kick out of bed for eating crackers. He is someone that is a visionary. He is enthusiastic and optimistic about the future. He has a way of looking at things and taking on new projects, new adventures in new ways. And this energy is also talking about having protection from fire. That's what the salamander and the salamanders here in a circle with their tail and the line represent. I noticed a while back that there was a face on the back of here. We have 2 eyes, a mustache, and smoke coming out of the nose and the mouth. Now that I've seen it, I cannot unsee it. And so this is talking about maybe it's just saying that, hey, the king is smoking hot because he is, or it could represent that where there's smoke, there's fire. So you have to remember something about the King of Wands is that he's a fire sign, and the fire signs, that's Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, have a tendency to settle down later in life. They very much value their independence, and they have a tendency, the King of Wands has a tendency to, his love of adventure and the new sometimes does bleed into his romantic life. So just keep that in mind with the King of Wands. And we also have this energy to begin the reading. Now this is where you your self-image right now, how you feel about yourself. This is the King of Wands is representing the internal forces, and that's the bottom part of this spread here. So it's about wanting to move forward with passion, but we've got this energy here where you're looking at this pile of 6 pentacles. And, notice that the 7th one is done now and there's 1 more to go. And this guy's wondering, hey, I've put 6 pentacles of energy into this and this is what I've gotten out of it so far. And I really am wondering whether I should even bother continuing with this, if I should just give it a, write it off. you know, he has kind of tried different things and nothing seems to be working the way it usually does for him. This is someone who's really quite successful, like, and this is not a small amount of pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is talking about, you know, around 700K. The Eight of Pentacles would be about a millionaire status. So it's not like he's not used to being successful, but he's just really wondering what's going on here. And sometimes this card can also be talking more about your spiritual bank account, where you did only put one pentacle into it and you made 6 pentacles, but you can't understand why you have this feeling of just being like, you know, whatever. And normally this in the past would have really gotten you excited because it's, you know, a huge, you've done really well and you've accomplished this huge feat. But it just leaves you feeling empty and blank. And that is sometimes the energy of when you just don't feel like doing things that you're doing right now the same old way. We do have a full moon coming up on the 29th of July. And this full moon is in Aquarius, and it's opposed by the sun in Leo. So there's a bit of a conflict between, you know, how wanting what your own individual needs are. And then Aquarius is very individual. The moon itself is individual, but considers the team effort. But it's opposed by Leo, the sun, and Leo's like, hey, it's all about me. So this energy is talking about a bit of a conflict there, and you might be feeling this, Aries, especially because you also have Neptune just moved into your sign of Aries about 2 months ago now. And that energy of having moved into the sign of Aries, Neptune was in the sign of Pisces for 14 years. And we all kind of figured out what systems worked and, you know, how things could be done, and just got it mastered. We have our systems in place and we know if we do it this way, it's going to work out. This is generally going to be very productive. And all of a sudden, now Neptune has left the sign of Pisces, which it was very comfortable in because it's the energy, that's the sign it rules, and now it's in Aries. And Aries energy is the newborn infant energy, and it's kind of like, for you may be finding this energy to be kind of beneficial once you understand it, because Neptune is now in your sign. And so when you understand that, you might realize, oh, I just have to tweak things a little. I just have to do things a little bit differently. You're the infant, so you understand your needs. So Neptune is kind of ruling over how we approach life. And, you know, in the sign of Pisces, it was very, you know, kind of more forgiving and more idealistic and that. But now it's in Aries, and Aries is like, hey, you know, it's ruled by the ram, or the glyph is the ram, and it can be very rammy energy. The baby, if you've ever had a newborn baby in your home and the newborn baby is crying, everybody's running around, the baby's crying, the baby's crying. We're going to have to do something, you know. What does the baby want? And that's kind of how it is now. We're going to have to, you know, Neptune is going to be in the sign of Aries for the next 14 years. And so we're going to have to adapt to doing things the Aries way, which is a little bit more aggressive with Mars and, you know, that type of energy. So this is going to be up your alley, though you understand Aries energy really well. And Libra is also feeling this because Libra's across the chart, you know, the horoscope chart from you. So the idea here is do not throw the baby out with the bathwater. Maybe do a little bit of experimentation, just tweak things here and there a little bit, understanding you're not the only one who is feeling this. A lot of people are feeling this, but you know, Neptune is going to be in Aries for 14 years. So we're going to have to adapt, or, you know, we're going to be frustrated for a long time here. And so you, just so you're aware of that energy, you of all the signs is most likely to be able to deal with this in a very strong way once you understand it. And then we have the Tower energy, and the Tower is talking about being in this energy of something that your intuition has been telling you, and maybe that's what this is. This is about your abundance, and all of a sudden you have a Tower here. So the Tower is talking about when your intuition has been whispering to you, hey, you need to do something about that, and you don't hear it. So then the frying pan treatment happens, and you get whack on the head, and you're like, hey, universe, why are you hurting me like that? And the universe is saying, that's nothing. You have to do something about this. Take a look at what's going on around you, and you still don't get it. So the 2x4 comes in, and then the lightning hits your Tower. And now it's like you have to pay attention to it. So this is this reality check going on, and it's in your abundance. There's two people falling out of this Tower. One of them looks totally shocked, and the other one looks like, ugh, I should have dealt with this sooner. So the Tower is a reality check that is needed. But you can sometimes avoid it if you nip it in the bud. Now, it depends on which side of this Tower you're on. If you were on the right side of the spiritual law and physical laws in the world, and then, down the road, you're probably going to look at this as a blessing, because you're going to realize, man, it's a lucky thing I got that reality check when I did. It could have even been worse, and it was bad enough the way it was. And if you're the one that's causing the Tower really with your actions, well, you're going to have to be responsible. And this is something that has to be rebuilt. So then we also have the Knight of Swords coming through here. So this is communication and information coming through. And you can see this is kind of like press the panic button. Now the Knight of Swords quite often is running from something, and so he might be running from the King of Wands and the work that was done here. There could be something there, and could be trying to warn you of this Tower coming, but he's too late. If he would have been here, maybe then you could have avoided the Tower in your abundance. So this energy that it's sitting in is communication from early life. So the Knight of Swords might be coming in with some communication, and it could go way back to when you were a child. This is information communication coming in, and he's quite often thought of as a fool rushing in, because we can only see half his sword here. Now the swords in tarot represent the element of air, and it's talking about your thoughts, basically information, words, that could be written or it could be verbal, but we can only see half his sword, and so he might only have half the information, or it might only be half correct, and we can't see the point, and maybe he can't either. So this is talking about, having a big red flag on the back of his helmet as well. And even look at the sky, even the clouds look like someone just ripped a hole through the sky. And he's pushing this horse. Now the horse in tarot represents your heartfelt energy and passion, but he's pushing this horse. Like, look how stressed out this poor horse is. It's like, man, we're running through barren land, and we're against the wind, and he's pushing this horse so hard it could collapse, before he even gets there. And so this is an energy of sometimes this can be talking about investigations happening. Sometimes this energy can talk about illegally making money, like literally counterfeit money, money laundering, embezzlement, forgery, identity theft, those kinds of things. And so if there's this kind of energy here, it could explain why this project wasn't going as well as it should if it was coming from that point of view. Now, the Knight of Swords, when the information comes in, it's not going to be a knight on a horse. It's going to most likely could be documents coming in. It could be, this sometimes can represent an investigation happening, and that could be legal or illegal, like using hidden cameras and hot mics, that type of energy, technology to eavesdrop, gossip, record, film, or not, I guess it's not film, but record people with hidden cameras illegally, that type of energy. And it can also be a legal investigation that's going on regarding some, of this type of energy. So there could be a lot of things going on here in this reading. But the information is likely to come in, either boom, someone could show up at your door, but it won't be the night. And then there could be an energy also of, there could be, documents coming in the mail or something like that. You could get a phone call, a text message, perhaps an email. There's an energy of, maybe you're on social media and someone messages you, and then you go to meet them and, you get the information you need to know about what the heck is going on here. And then we have this energy of the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is saying use your intuition at this time, definitely. And this is in your emotional state now. And it's saying you need to, when you're in between, caught between two extremes here, and it's causing a tower, and I feel that's basically what's going on here. This is all the information coming in really fast and furious, and information does equal energy. So when we have so much information coming in, it can be very overwhelming, especially when it's coming from two completely opposite extremes. And so the High Priestess is known for being able to sort through information very quickly and efficiently by using her logic as with her intuition connected. So this is talking about people sometimes confuse their mind with their brain. Your mind is your thoughts and your thinking and your will and your consciousness, and your brain is literally the components of your brain and your spinal column, and your brain is why you, and your it's your central nervous system is why you feel sensations in your body. And you can pay attention, you can think about the question and get a logical question and ask the question, and then stop thinking and just feel. And what is your body telling you when you see, okay, maybe you got 10 answers to your question, but which one is the best one for you? They're all logical, they all could work, but which is the right one? Which one is going to work the best? And that's when you use your intuition, and you can feel, your body will let you know. If you're energetically weak to something, a lot of people will say, oh, they'll feel that, that sensation when an elevator drops, and you just that's not it. Or, you'll feel straightening up and okay, that's it. You just know. And it's kind of your body, psychosomatically, your body does let you know how you actually tune into that information. So this is saying, the High Priestess uses the cycles of the moon. We do that full moon is not until the 29th, but we did have a new moon just a few days ago. Today is the 17th now, I think. Is it the 16th or is it the 17th? I think it's the 16th. So we're still probably feeling that new moon energy. And, the full moon is not until towards the end of the month. I will do a reading about the full moon down the road here. And for now, let's just focus. One thing that I feel that we could focus on is we do have the moon card here, but back on February 17th and March 3rd, we had a lunar and a solar eclipse happening. And so this card is the only one that has this, so it may be significant in your reading. If you go back to February 17th and March 3rd, around that time, what was going on in your life at that time, that energy might give you an idea of, if you look back at that time, it could give you some information about what's going on now, because that was eclipse season, and we're actually going to have a new eclipse season about, mid-August here. And now is a good time to take a look back at what was going on in the last eclipse season. Eclipses tend to be like potpourri, percolating on the back burner of a stove. You don't really notice it, but it's there. And After about 6 months, it's burnt itself out, and it's time to take a look. What all did you accomplish? If you've been following my readings, I was advising people just write down even 10 points of where you'd like to be 6 months from now. And then when you look back, you could be very satisfied. You might have gotten way more accomplished than you thought you did. The moon is talking about hidden illusions and secrets coming in. And it's also when you're very highly intuitive. So this is really about your creative energy. Your creative energy, you can create all sorts of projects as well as children with your creativity. And this is also talking about romance. So there could be some hidden illusions and secrets. The lobster is coming out of the emotional waters here, and he's wanting to get on his path here. But there's this dog and this wolf, and they're howling at the moon, and he wants to stay in between these two pillars. He doesn't want to have to go all the way around because it's going to take forever. So he's trying to figure out when it's going to be safest to sneak by them. He's pretty vulnerable, and he realizes it, but he's going to take the chance because he wants to get on that path. And here he has the domestic dog is representing your domestic life. And in this energy, it can also be that energy of your own individualism. How important is that to you? And then the wolf is it's a pack animal, and it's howling at the moon, and it's your wild side. It's getting out and partying and, being with other people and socializing. And so it's talking about, having a nice balance between the two. And so the moon energy is a great time to, your intuition is really strong at that time. And it's also a time when a lot of hidden illusions and secrets could come out. And I feel like because this energy is sitting in your early life, communication from your early life, that this could have something to do with when you were younger or with your family or something to do with that. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest of all the kings, or of all the knights in the deck. He takes forever. His horse is literally at a standstill here. But the good thing is when he does come in with his information, it's usually quite well researched and, logically presented. It's usually a strong offer. And it will be about the energy of possibly this energy here. So you might be getting some information coming in, twice here. And so I feel that this is really going to, this energy here is, I feel, saying that after you get this information coming in, now you need to do your homework and really research what came in here, because remember, it might only be half the energy, and if you research it properly, then you might know the full story and, be more aware of what's really going on. Now, we have, for the external forces, I'm going to get the energy from the bottom of the deck. Oh my goodness, we have the Devil. So the Devil energy is talking about some sort of temptation coming in from the external forces. And you notice here we do have two lovers here. They are yoked to each other, and then they're chained to Saturn's box, and the Devil is in between them. So this is talking about temptation, basically, but it's saying that the Devil is crouched between them, and this is like a very primal energy. So this is talking about lust rather than love. Some sort of temptation is coming towards you from the external forces. And so let's see what, I always cover the Devil with the next card up, because you're not going to get the truth from the Devil. It's very manipulative energy. So let's see what the Devil, what minion does the Devil send in, or does God cover it? And we have the Three of Wands. So this is talking about wanting to expand your horizons and move forward in a different way. And this is also talking about, quite often this card can represent, like, this person is standing on the edge of change, and there's ships sailing by, and he's tempted to jump on one of those ships and jump ship here. So it might have something to do with this energy here. This could be someone that was in a couple and now is moving forward as a single person. this is coming from the external forces. So this could be some sort of energy related to this tower. Let's keep going and see what's going on. I know this looks like sand here, but this is water. And that's a distant horizon. So this could even be talking about wanting to jump ship, skip town, move, get the, what is that called? Starts with an A. It'll come to me maybe. What is the word I'm looking for? It'll come to me or it won't. In any case, it's talking of absconding. Absconding is when you want to go to another country and possibly with some other money. So there could be some sort of energy around that energy here. It might not be as big as that, but this is saying there's something going on here. And then we have the Magician coming in. So this is in your position of the Magician is talking about an energetic upgrade in your partnerships, commitments, and marriage. But with this energy here, with the devil energy leading the external forces, this could be someone that uses black magic, is into that kind of voodoo kind of energy. And so this is talking about, normally this would be as above, so below, but this is more from below onto the earth. Like it's talking about someone who maybe uses their knowledge of spirituality to play in the dark arts. And so this energy, like the tools that energy, quite often people will use technology to make it look like the black magic is working. It's not uncommon. If you ever remember the Wizard of Oz, the guy behind the curtain, it's that type of energy. And it can also represent, this is saying, be careful of who you invite into your personal circle. They may be someone that does not have the best intentions for you. This could be like the opposite of an energetic upgrade. If this is someone that the devil is sending in, it could even be someone from overseas coming into your life, or you going overseas and meeting someone, or it could be it could be a lot of things actually. So we're just going to take it from this and just say, be careful of the energy here. The thing about the black magic, if you don't believe in it, it's not going to work on you. And if you're scared, ask for Jesus to protect you, and Archangel Michael. And so this is talking about, and recognize that a lot of times there is a lot of technology being used to fool people into thinking that it is something that they're controlling just through their mind or whatever, but it's actually technology. Now here we have, like if someone is like, oh my God, they can read my mind. Well, if they have a hidden camera in your house, they might be able to read your mind quite easily. There's all sorts of technology out there. So I'm just saying, be careful with this energy. This is not wonderful. Now there's victory, and because this is your energy and the external forces coming towards you, this is saying that you could very easily be victorious over this. Discipline your mind, rein in your emotions, and be strong. Stand up to the energy that's coming towards you. That's what's going to it's going to cause a transition for you in this energy. And I do feel that this tower was actually you're going to look back and go, whoa. You're going to be even like, you might not believe it when it happens, but you're going to be grateful for that tower, because it's going to really open your eyes up to something that's going on. And then we have, wanting you to be in like a place where your mind is closed and you're closed to, you think, oh, there's only two ways of doing it, or this person is the only person that can help me, that kind of energy, this or that, my way or the highway. That's the devil's energy. God gives us choice, the devil takes it. So this is talking about, really leaking energy from the base chakra. There could be a lot of fear around this, having to feel like you have to protect your heart And also the logical, the right arm is holding back the left arm, and that's talking about your logical mind not wanting your intuition to kick in and figure out what's going on. And we do have the new moon in the background here. So just be aware, this is in your higher learning. There's never only two ways. You see the blindfold there? That's saying use your intuition so that you understand better what's going on in this situation. This could be something very small for some people, but it could be all the way to this maximum, you know, that we're seeing here. So just be aware of it. There's a lot of that type of energy out there. With the AI out there and the technology around that, it's getting better and better and better, and it's easier and easier to get scammed, you know, get the fake emails and stuff are coming in, and they're way more real looking than they used to be with the AI. And then we have the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords has learned the art of discernment. This is saying, be like the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords, she's been there, done that. She has the t-shirt, and she is not in the mood for bullshit. This is someone who's just done with it. She's like, got her left hand out. She's willing to receive. But now we have to be careful here, because who is she willing to receive from? Is she willing to receive from the devil? Or is this someone, so you could read this either way. I feel your energy needs to be discerning like the Queen. And so this is how to handle those external forces coming towards you. She does have her left hand out. She's willing to receive more from, I would say, the King of Wands here. And, you know, being in that kind of energy where you can open your mind up to new possibilities. There's never only two ways to do anything. If you use your logic and your intuition together, you're going to come up with several creative solutions. So this can be talking, she's got her right hand up with the sword though, and she's willing to use it. Like if you don't come in correct with her, off with your head. And she'll, so this is talking about be like the Queen. She's got clarity where she wants to go, and she's not putting up with any energy that is going to come at her and stop her from reaching her goals. She's already been through this here. And so sometimes this can represent, the Queen of Swords is most likely to be someone who is divorced or separated. Now, sometimes if this is talking about the energy from the external forces, this could be an energy that the devil sent in, and she's like, yeah, I'm willing to take, you know, this energy. I'm willing to do what I need to have what the devil wants to give me. So it's talking about using your discernment. Absolutely. This is talking about your career, reputation, etc., like your public image. And then we have the Four of Cups. And so this is talking about being disappointed in love. Now, this energy can represent in romantic love. It can represent a couple and there's a third party energy. Sometimes there can even be a fourth cup, which is the most beautiful gift of all. That's the baby. But if it's not part of the couple and you're in the couple and it's between your partner and a third party energy, that's not going to be such a wonderful situation. This can also represent anyone that you've given 3 tries, you know, chances to, and they're asking for a 4th chance. And you're like, no way, 3 strikes, you're out, whether that be a romantic partner, a business partner, friends, family, whoever this is. If they if you've given, you know, a lot of times people will show us who they are the first time around. So if you've already given them 3 chances, it's fair for you to say, I'm not giving you a 4th. And sometimes this can represent this energy of trying to launch something, like maybe this project 3 times, but and not being successful. And the universe is saying, come on, give it one more chance, or, you know, give love one more chance. There's a new partner coming in for you, and you're like, oh, I don't want to open my heart up and be vulnerable again. So this is talking about in blessings. So you don't want to end up being totally closed down to all the blessings that are supposed to come your way because of other people's energy trying to come towards you and take it. And then we have, look at regret and remorse. So this again, this is the 5 of Cups, is talking about, you know, we have 3 cups spilt here, and so 2 have wine in them and 1 has another liquid. Now you may have heard the saying, don't cry over spilt milk, because once the milk is in the ground, like, you're not going to be able to fix this. This is something like you have to accept this as a loss. It's soaked in the ground. There's nothing that you can do to get it back. And so a lot of people might stand here for the rest of their life. Like it's you know, it's regret, remorse. Now this could be your regret for having had this person in your you know, in your life. It could be their regret for having cheated on you, or it could be even the third party's regret for being involved. But in any case, it could be all 3. And the best thing that you can do here is turn around and notice you have 2 cups still standing here. Pick them up, walk down the path, cross the bridge over the troubled water, get to your castle and recuperate. And even the castle in the background is looking half standing and half dilapidated. So this can represent the energy of, you know, is the glass half full or is the glass half empty? Because you're going to need a strong attitude to be able to overcome this. But this is saying the hidden illusions and secrets are coming out. That's on this position. So it's in transition right now. It's not the most, like, it's not a 100% happy reading, but at the same time, if you've been wondering about this and feeling this is going to be a relief for you. To, you know, like to have the truth come in. The truth will set you free. I'm going to also clarify this for those that want clarification. If you're leaving the reading here, thank you for your time and energy. I really appreciate it. And your likes, comments, and subscribes. I'm really, really grateful for those. It's helping me build my channel. So we're going to clarify with my oracle. Now this is one of the paintings from my oracle. It's Tales from the Vector. And I do have a website, talesfromthevector.com. And here's the underlying energy. So the numbers on these cards here represent the paintings as they're listed in my gallery. This is the order that they appear. So you can check them out if you want. I will put in the description box below the paintings, the order they appear here, in case you do want to take a look. They say a painting paints 1,000 words. It may give you further clarity. So God's judgment is on this situation. Now it's sitting right on this king. So this king could be this representing this energy here, or this could be the new love that, you know, the universe is saying take in. So you're going to have to use your judgment on that as well. We do have the lovers coming in. I do feel that this is saying that if there's some sort of negative energy, I mean, it could be this individual is involved. And definitely this is saying that this, you might have a lover. Now this could be someone from your past, or it could be a lover that you had, and now, you know, this energy happened. And now maybe that's your ex-lover, but this is saying that they could have possibly been involved in this energy. Use your judgment, use your discernment, use your intuition. This could be either or. This definitely is saying that the Lover's card, though, when tarot first came out, was more talking about choices that we make to bring people into our inner circle. So it could be people, and this could be talking about people in your inner circle that you're close to, and it also could be talking about them and a lover, or saying this is someone that was your lover. And then we have the Tower energy, and so this is sitting on this energy here. So I feel like definitely the card here says divorce, but the saying on this card is the worst divorce is from source. So if you stray from your destined path, you're more likely to get a tower. This tower, look at this though, the tower is sitting here on this energy here. And it's also, the world card is on here. So this is saying this cycle is coming to an end because of this tower, and that's why you're going to be grateful for it, because this energy is coming to an end. That's when this tower hits, it's going to give you the information that you need to understand what has been going on why you were having so much difficulty in getting this project launched. And then we have the Hangman here. You may have been hanging out with the wrong crowd. And there's sometimes, like, the Hangman hangs from the tree of knowledge, and he's upside down because he wants to get a better feeling for a different perspective of a situation before taking action of any kind. He wants to examine it from all angles. But the Hangman can also be representing a stuck energy, and this could be stuck because you've been hanging around with energy draining. Like, what do vampires do? They hang upside down in the cave, right? And so it's talking about people that are draining your energy. And then we have the Aries energy, and we talked about that. It's not just Neptune that moved into the sign of Aries. There were several planets that moved in at the beginning of the year in particular. There was a lot of action that way. Neptune's there to stay, but like the other planets are coming and going. But there was a lot of energy in your sign, and it might have had you feeling like you need to be do. And they call you a human being, not a human doing. So this is saying use your intuition right now, and don't panic, like don't be really impulsive, and freaking out. It's not going to empower you if you that. This is saying be temperate. It's saying control your temper. You might be really angry when you find out what's been going on behind your back. Control your temper and don't be impulsive in your actions. This can be kind of like Aries energy can be very rammy. What do babies do? They come in head first. And so, the ram will, slam up against, take a run and boom. And you might feel like doing that, but don't. Stay calm, stay on your path. This is going to be challenging, but you're going to be, in the end, you're going to be like, thank God, goodness that happened. And then falling and failing in love is a matter of I. Like, this is talking about your daily routine habits and, your health. Like, you don't want to be falling and failing in love is a matter of I, is the saying. And that's saying, like, you need to love yourself. You need to look after yourself at this time. Don't get yourself all sick from the energy, because there's going to be possibly, and it could be something small for some people and bigger for others. Just take, this is the worst case scenario, I think. And then we have this energy of being foolhardy. So God does have you covered. Stay on your foolhardy journey. Just don't be tempted by this, I was going to say bullshit. Be like the queen and say, no, that's okay. I've put a lot of my energy into this correctly. And this is saying that you can anticipate a much better outcome from this tower than the people that were maybe engaging in behavior with the devil here. So, and then we have scotoma. And the scotoma energy can be talking about, blind spots where you just didn't see something. And, this is saying that there's a good reason why the windshield is bigger than the rear view mirror, because you want to keep moving forward, looking forward to your life. You deserve to have partners and commitments and spouses that you can trust, that you're not always wondering, I wonder what they're up to now, this kind of energy here. And also, I just wanted to point out as well, because of the, I can't remember if I said it, that if the characters in tarot are not gender specific. So remember, the king could be a woman in her masculine energy as well as a male in the masculine energy. And like the queen of swords could be a male in his feminine energy as well as a female in her feminine. And when horoscope signs come up in my readings, I'm not talking about individual people, and that's not my goal, is to identify individuals. I'm talking about the quality of the sign, and we can all learn from, from each of the signs. If you ever get your birth chart done, you'll see that you have them in there somewhere. And you know, this is energy that we can learn from. Every sign has its strengths and weaknesses, and we can learn from how they do things and how not to do things as well. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Definitely, I feel that you're going to have victory over this. You're going to, you know, I feel like you're going to be able to control your emotions. You're going to control, you know, discipline your mind. You'll come out the clear leader in this. Aries and, you know, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius tend to be leadership type people, leading in different ways. But Aries is, you know, you have a strong ability to move forward, like, and so use that energy wisely. The Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor, and we do have, as long as you control your emotions and rein them in, and also not giving into this energy, then it will work out to be a good thing. We have the ego, like a bat out of hell. These people have a very big ego, thinking they can control you. So you just need to be aware of the energy, and once you're aware of it, just move forward in the direction that you want to go. And we do, you know, and it says like a bat out of hell. That goes back to this energy of hanging out with people who are sucking your energy. You know, and draining it. And we have Sagittarius energy here on the Queen, and so this is talking about career reputation. This energy could also represent you saying no to the devil, and then the next thing you know, you're traveling and you're expanding your business overseas and having a really having a really good journey, meeting new people, world travel, you know, adventure in your life, expansion. And then we have abuse of power, and that is in blessings. So yeah, people that, you know, behind your back, whatever they're doing, in the end, really, you deserve to have, like, people can abuse, like if you love someone and they know you love them, they might take your, they might confuse your love for being naive or whatever, but it's just like, we have a tendency to give people we love more than one chance. That's absolutely for sure. And then we also have the denial. What I don't know won't hurt me. That's that energy. I feel like your intuition was telling you, you need to look at something, you need to look at something. And maybe you just really didn't want to see it. And that might be the energy that you're in right now. So, you know, remember, this is for the last 10 days-ish of, you know, the month of July. And I will do another reading closer to the full moon. So that'll be the next astrological reading I do. So maybe by then the energy might have shifted a little bit. We'll see what happens with it. And remember, this is just a snapshot for at this time. All right, I do hope that this has been beneficial for you. Thank you so much for your time and energy, your likes, comments, and subscribes. I'm really honored when you do subscribe. I will be back with another reading for you soon. Bye for now, Aries.